welcome to Alongside Lauren. I'm Lauren, and I'm so glad that we can spend some time on this Sunday afternoon hanging out in my kitchen. If you haven't joined us before, and if you're expecting some kind of fancy pants food program with haute cuisine and the fanciest of ingredients, I'm very sorry to disappoint you, but we love things here that are delicious, nutritious, and a bit of a bargain, if I'm honest. So this week we're going to be preparing a few bits and pieces that are hopefully going to make our working lives a whole lot easier. We have got fresh bread in the oven, a beautiful loaf of sourdough. We're going to be preparing some stuffed Greek pitas that we're going to be having for our lunches, and beef fajita bowls, which I am sure are going to be delicious, although I haven't quite made this recipe for quite some time, so you'll have to forgive me if maybe it's not going to be perfect, but who cares? It very rarely is anyway. And joining me in the kitchen will be my amazing sous chef and husband, Heath.
Hello, everybody.
And I have been partway through stuffing the stuffed pitas, but we're going to take a brief break from that. And I have had a recipe that I've been wanting to work on for quite some time, which is making my own bitters extract. So,
you mean like bitters for
like
adding
drinks.
into a drink?
Yeah, like what you would have with drinks.
Like
but
lemon lime bitters.
Yes, but this is like not quite as concentrated as bitters.
Okay.
But this is a recipe that involves using the, I guess, leftover bits from citrus, particularly grapefruit. So the bits that you normally wouldn't include because they are bitter. So that is the pith, the rind. And so I've kept a container of citrus offcuts in the freezer, waiting for this very moment until I had enough to put it all together. So steeping yesterday, I had a combination of the bitter bits of the citrus. So we've got grapefruit and orange and lime and some lemons in there as well. And I also included bay leaves and kaffir lime leaves with some juniper berries, allspice berries, cloves and pepper.
Oh, pepper.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
along with some sugar and water.
Okay.
So I sort of let it boil for about 20 minutes yesterday, and then let the flavours steep overnight. And it actually, I've just warmed it through a little bit to hopefully make it so it drains a little bit easier. But it's beautiful. The house has smelled
it smelled a bit Christmassy.
Marmalade-y?
Yeah,
in the nice, like in the best possible way.
Yeah.
So you don't need a Thermomix to make this. I'm just going to pour it into a Thermomix bowl because it has a nice wide mouth, and I'm not a great
got like a
aim.
strainer type
Yes, and I've got
thing
a strainer in there. So,
yeah. But you could strain straight into a bowl
totally.
with a regular strainer.
So here goes nothing.
Are they the juniper berries?
They are, and there's
bits?
allspice berries in there as well.
Right. And the pepper, is it ground pepper or are they pepper
whole
balls?
pepper.
Whole pepper.
Whole peppercorns.
Yeah, right. And the amazing thing is the bulk of it is all waste anyway. Like
completely.
it was just skins and stuff from
yeah, so
our
I'd
fruit
sort of had worked it out and had just had it in a container in the freezer until I actually had enough to sort of make the recipe. And I had I had just over 600 grams worth of the citrus bits to make it. So we'll just let that strain. And this is, I guess, the slight problem of making this on a stream. I haven't tasted it. I have no idea what it's going to be like. But that is all part of the adventure, isn't it? So I'll just extract the drained bits. And I will just sort of let it continue to drain and just pop that there for the moment. Get it out of the way. But just, it smells I don't know. It smells so good, and it's just perfect
It does.
for
It smells very good.
this time of year. So I guess we should probably just let it cool for a
Tiny bit of
smidgen.
time. Yep.
And then I think it's time for you to make us some kind of gin concoction. with
Yeah,
that.
yeah, some sort of gin cocktail. Something classic, maybe,
Something
because
classic.
bitters is sort of like what makes your tonic water and stuff. Am I right?
Yeah, it is.
So we could just put a bit in with soda water, perhaps, and make a tonic water.
Yeah.
Make a gin and tonic.
Sounds perfect to me.
Mm.
So
That does
I've
sound
got
good.
here a mix of beef mince that I've added some Greek style flavourings
Oh, okay.
to. So we've got we've got so much oregano in our garden at the moment. I don't know what it is about the heat and the humidity, but it has just been perfect growing conditions for the oregano. So I've got boatload of oregano, boatload of parsley, garlic, onion, cumin, coriander, some smoked paprika, allspice again. Allspices got some serious main character energy in the bits and pieces that we're preparing this week.
Mm-hmm.
And it's all been blitzed together with garlic. Did I say that? A bit of veggie stock concentrate.
You could almost just assume that everybody knows it's going to have garlic in it.
Oh, yeah. And we are putting it all together and then we're going to, actually, I'm going to preheat the pan.
Mm.
And we just stuff them into the pita
So,
bread. It's
yeah,
kind
you've
of
been cutting the
like-
pittas in half and
Yeah.
then stuffing a half, and then
Yeah.
you're going to put them on the hot plate or something, aren't you?
And they are pittas that were 20 cents.
20 cents. So they were 20 cents because they were nearing expiry, but you were able to grab them and freeze them, right?
Grab them and freeze them.
Mm.
And so because
Very
they
clever.
were nearing their expiry date, like they're a bit full of party,
Yeah.
like this one.
Yeah.
But it really doesn't matter.
Now, at some point, I know that you're going to want onions because that
Yes.
just seems to be something that I end up doing on a
I
regular
know,
basis.
I know,
No,
I
no,
know.
no, it's totally fine.
So we want the onions cut up for the fajitas.
So we'll be doing fajitas a bit later. That's
We will.
exciting.
So that's going to be, so what we want for the fajitas is what am I doing it with this spoon?
How would you like me to
um,
prepare the onions?
So cut them in half and then like slice them.
I understand.
Yeah.
So that they're like half rings.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, because with your classic fajita sort of stuff,
Yeah, we've also got
it's
some
often
capsicums.
quite
in
large bits.
We got some capsicums in the fridge as well that we'll cut up to go
Oh,
in
yep,
there.
of course.
But I'm wanting
so
to
this
do.
is red onion. Okay, how much of each? Sorry, did you say for the onions?
I don't think I did. I'm thinking.
This is a
Maybe
hua.
It's a hua. So maybe one of those white
Big
onions
guys?
and then the two purple.
2 purple, and then 1 capsicum.
No, I think we'll do
3, 4, 5.
all the capsicum that we have,
Okay. Sounds good.
which I feel is 4.
Right.
We've also got a zucchini in there, which I reckon we can get away with
Okay.
slicing up. So I'm just going to continue stuffing the pittas. I'm really glad that the first one that I'm doing on this stream is the most fall aparty pitta that I've come across so far.
Oh, I tell you what, we won't film that one in detail.
That's
we'll just let
okay.
you get that one over and out of the way.
It's got
The
some.
magic of television or something.
The mince is serving has a structural purpose. Holding it together. But we came across this recipe sort of last year, and I just made it because I had everything for it on like a Sunday for lunch, and it was so tasty that we just decided that it needed to become something that we could put into rotation.
Regular rotation, yeah.
And it's an easy thing to take to work because you can very easily eat them cold if you want, but they also are amazing heated up in the sandwich press
Yep.
with a side salad. And because you've kind of already got, it's basically like having I don't know, sort of meat pitta. You just have salad on the side and it's easy, job done. But
Nice.
without needing to worry about the bread going soggy or anything like that. But we had, I'm happy to report that we had like just old school salad rolls for lunches last week, which
Oh,
were phenomenal.
they
Like
were
I had forgotten
fantastic.
how amazing
A
like
good,
a good salad roll
hefty
can be.
salad roll.
Yes,
Like,
and hefty is the best word to describe
yeah, like
them.
one from like a sandwich shop, not Subway. I mean like
Like a
a
bakery.
bakery that has a sandwich section. That they just make for a fine thing.
That's quite.
So yes, we were messaging each other throughout the week, like, how good is this roll?
Yeah, how
amazing.
exciting are our text message conversations?
Yeah, so they were very, very good, and can highly recommend if you're wondering what to prepare for next week's lunches or the week after or something.
Can definitely recommend.
Go with salad rolls, and if you really want to go crazy, then cook the meat on a charcoal barbecue so that it's got a bit of smokiness
Oh
to
yeah,
it.
we did. We had a combination of roast beef, and then later in the week we had chicken, which was really
Well,
good.
yeah, for the beef portion, it was what we prepared last week on the show, so that was good.
That timer.
All right,
means
you've
that
got a
our
timer going off.
Loaf of bread is done.
Interesting. All right, what does that mean? Well, I'll tell you what that means.
It means I'm gonna pull a loaf of bread out and hope it's cooked.
It means Lauren can get nervous.
Thank you, darling.
The beauty of a live stream is we have no control over how things turn out. They just turn out. So let's see what we got. Ooh. It's such a cool loaf tin, I must say. Where did you get that from?
I got this from the Thermomix shop.
Ah, okay. Righto. Ooh, it looks pretty good. Ah, that top just gets sticky, doesn't it? Oh, well, looks pretty good.
I'm happy with that.
Yeah. Very nice. Very nice indeed.
So I'll just... grab a... I just had visions of me reaching too far over to
And
tip it
somehow-
out and somehow dropping it on the ground.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Hey, that looks really good.
How, like, that's some good
Oh.
oven spring.
Yeah, that's sprung up
We'll
nice.
just ignore the fact that the top's a bit...
I think it looks great, yeah.
It's delicious. The loaf of bread that we made last week was really good, but I've been quite focused on getting some additional grains and stuff in our recipe, and I overcorrected in our recipe, in our diet, I should say.
Well,
And I
that
put
looks beautiful.
way too much.
Absolutely beautiful. All right.
Okay, now I'll just get to stuffing the pitters, and then I'll get the first lot
Onto the hot plate.
into the hot plate.
Nice.
But I might move. Oh, honey,
Yep, that was risky.
your bozo.
Don't deny it.
I love the fact that you knew it was hot and it took you a couple of goes, but
No.
you were committed.
I was trying to grab a bit of onion.
I know. So this week, Keith and I caught the musical Chicago,
Ooh,
which it was a fantastic production.
it was, but if you're looking for a morally on point opportunity to feel good about society and how well it's going and how morally
Yeah, it's probably
sound
not.
it is.
Probably not the musical for
It's
you.
not the musical for you. It's not the anything for you. But gee, it was entertaining.
It was
Gee, it
such
was
a
funny.
great production.
And yep. And there were two pretty famous dudes in it, weren't there?
Yes, we had Peter Roslin,
Who
also
plays
known as Kel.
Kel.
No, Kel.
Not Kel. The other guy in Kath and Kim.
Yeah, Brett.
Yes, Brett. That's it. Brett
There we
plays
go.
Brett. He was brilliant. He
So
was
good.
absolutely brilliant. And
As Amos.
yeah. And who was the other guy?
Anthony Warlow,
Who's yeah.
which is amazing.
Yeah.
Heath and I bought Heath tickets to go see Phantom of the Heath and I had tickets for Phantom of the Opera years ago, and Anthony Warlow was supposed to be, I'm just going to get these on,
Yeah, great.
was supposed to be performing. And I think he had a health scare.
Oh, right.
Anyway, we got the understudy.
Well, they're looking pretty good. See if we can just get a smidgen. Take a look at those.
Oh, they're going to smell so good. We got them cooking away.
Yeah, they do smell good. It's the cumin, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
The cumin really gives it a distinctive punch.
And it's really interesting because
Yeah.
so this is Greek, and this is quite a classic Greek souvlaki like kind of flavoring here. But there is a lot of crossover in some of the herbs and flavorings that you use with a sort of Mexican style meal as well.
Yeah.
So you can pop the onions
Yep.
into that bowl.
The onions can go in the bowl. I've still got capsicum to do.
Yes, we do.
Um,
I'll grab the capsicums out.
If you want to grab the capsicum,
And you
I'm
can
going
get
to
onto
get
the gin.
drinks happening. Yes, that's a good idea. All right, I'll give this a bit of a swirl. 'Cause it's
So
still quite warm.
capsicums at the moment are quite expensive.
Are they?
Yeah.
What, like double what they normally are, or?
Well, they were like $8 a kilo, which is quite a.
Okay.
To me, that's quite expensive. So I normally, but because we do, I say we, I had already decided to do the fajitas, and I want to get a different chopping board. I'd already decided to do the fajitas, and I needed to get extra capsicums because I was concerned that I wouldn't have enough
Yep.
vegetable content. I think that might be something I do not need to be concerned about.
Yep.
And so I just bit the bullet and bought the extras. And they're quite sad looking capsicums too, which is often the case. But I imagine it's something which has been impacted by the weather that we've had in southeast Queensland. They are looking great. So while Heath gets the ice to go with the gin, I'm also just going to slice up a yellow zucchini that we've got here, which is not a normal choice for a fajita, but I think it's just going to add a really lovely additional layer of flavour and some colour as well. Just chopping up some
Oh,
yellow squash to go in there.
Squash. Oh, that's a surprise. Any opportunity to add a few
Extra
more
vegetables,
veggies?
I know.
It's your specialty?
It is.
Sorry, I'm kind of... There we are.
So in terms of the quantities, the recipe that I was going on suggested starting with 2 teaspoons of the
bitters.
bitters
Yeah,
with
And-
your 30 mils of gin.
with 30 mils of gin.
So
Okay,
we'll see how that goes.
sure. Now, this here, that's about 30, isn't it?
I have no idea. I normally
I'm
would
pretty sure it
measure
is. Pretty sure it is.
It's a
Well, I'm
good
not sure you
sound.
heard that, but it is a great sound.
So we've got a really beautiful gin using Australian native botanicals, which is from Redlands Coast Distillery.
All right, that's 1 nip of gin. I'll put the ice in for 1 glass, and
I'll just keep working on the capsicum.
I'll dig up a teaspoon. One of these is bound to be a teaspoon, I'm sure. Oh, that's a half teaspoon. Which is exactly not what I need. That's a teaspoon. Now that's a teaspoon. Give it a bit of a swirl. Grab a scoop. 1, 2. My gut is telling me we want more, but we will cross that bridge
but I think we'll just
when we get
give it
to
a go.
it, okay? Okay. Gin's in, ice is in, bitters is in. Seal this up and give it a bit of a shake. Cracker open. No, not yet. No, why don't I? Oh, gee, it
There you go.
caused a bit of suction.
Sometimes
Yeah. I actually want the ice from this, so here we go. Very good. Top it up with soda water. Here's one that we prepared earlier and that I think you must have grabbed for me, did you? Wasn't paying
I
attention
did.
and all of a sudden it was there. Give it a swirl with this guy. Give it a little taste to see how it is. Okay, that's pretty good already. It's already got that bitterness.
Yeah.
So that's working. That's working. I reckon one more teaspoon might be the answer. So I'm going to pop that in and give it a swirl. Yep, that's where we want it. So 3 was the answer.
Perfect.
How are those?
They're looking really good and they're smelling great.
Nice. All right. They smell incredible. Yep. Yeah, that is awesome. Okay. Gin.
So I'll just keep chopping up the capsicum. Oh. Oh no, you've got
I'm
the
nearly
other one to
there.
do.
I'm nearly there. Oh, you're right. There we go. That's what I wanted last time. Soda water.
It's got the right smell.
And we are ready to roll. Cheers. It's a pretty basic one. But I reckon we can build on it next week and, it's got a heap of really interesting flavours in it.
That flavour.
You know how sometimes we put a dehydrated lemon or something in there?
Yeah.
It's already got that in it. Like, it picks up that sort of the flavours of a skin. Yeah, it's good.
That's really nice.
Very tasty.
I'm really happy with that.
Yeah, well done.
And what a great way to use up.
Use up some existing...
It really is bits that we normally would be putting into the
compost.
Into the compost. So
Yeah.
It does, granted, take up real estate in the freezer, but
I do like doing like live experiments.
I don't.
Yeah, well, it's like zero stress for me because I'm not heavily involved in the creation of the experiment. I just get to enjoy the
You
results,
just get to test them.
which is pretty good. So yeah.
So that's
let's
the
take
first
a look
lot
at
of
those.
the.
How are they looking?
They smell amazing.
Oh yeah,
really and truly.
they look pretty good too. Yeah, nice.
So I will just pop
Way to go.
the next batch on.
So how long are you cooking those for, hun?
Maybe like 5
5 minutes aside,
minutes,
thereabouts?
or if that even.
Yeah,
Because
okay.
the thing is that it is quite, like it's squished out quite a bit.
Okay.
So it's the equivalent of making like 16 rissoles, if you think about it like that.
I see.
Out of 500 grams worth of mince and then just flattened out.
Yeah, right.
So
Nice.
we've just got, we've got that batch going. We'll slice up the last amount of capsicum. Sorry, I should have started cooking them earlier.
I can keep on slicing.
Well, the next thing that
Oh,
we've
you're
got to
gonna
do...
be you're gonna be faster. I can slice this one if we are we cutting up this guy?
Yeah.
Oh, this one looks cool.
Yeah,
Needs
it's
a
nice
tad
to get
rinse,
a bit
but
of the colour, and that's
Yeah.
why...
This is a bit of everything.
Yeah, so we've got the red, we've got the green, we've got
And,
the
everything.
yellow, and that's a great way to sort of look at building a nice sort of nutrient-dense meal,
Oh, yeah,
is
yeah.
having
Yep.
a nice variety of different coloured veg,
Yep.
which is exactly what we've got here. So we'll serve these up with some coleslaw and some brown rice that we'll need to cook. I can't forget to actually cook the brown rice.
Wow, that was a cool capsicum. It had so little seeds in it. I nearly put all of those seeds straight into
Oh, wow.
the mix of good stuff though, so I'm pleased I didn't do that.
Yeah, it's good not to get too confused with your piles.
Yeah. But tell me a person that hasn't gotten confused with their piles before.
Oh, I do that all the time.
Everybody does. In everything. Anything where sorting is required. It just happens.
I'm just a bit concerned that the jar... So I've got this, but it's a little bit big.
Right.
That's all right. I'm just
Is it for the remaining bitters?
For the rest of the bitters.
Yeah, okay.
To see if it's nearly time for me to...
Give them a flip.
Give them a flip.
Give them a flip.
So the first time that we made these, we made them with pork mince, and they were delicious. I reckon they'd also be amazing. Well, they would be amazing with lamb mince.
Oh yeah.
As well.
That would make a lot of sense. All
And
right.
it's perfect because if you've ever made like, rissoles and stuff like that, and you get all the like delicious juices. Ugh, it's terrible to say that. Delicious juices from when they're cooking. It all gets captured in the pita bread, which is amazing.
Well,
I was
that
going to
is
try and
pretty
cook
good.
all of that veg on the hot plate, but that's an awful lot of veg.
You may have to do that in
So
batches.
I can either do it, we can either do it in batches, or we can do it in a big pot, or we could put it in the oven
Oh, okay.
and kind of cook them. What do you reckon?
The only thing is, were you going to cook it before the steak?
Well, I was to kind of flavour it up, but the steak is pretty flavoursome. And then because we're going to be like sort of storing it to eat during the week,
Yep.
we'll put the veggies down like in the container that we store it in, and then put the steak on top.
Okay.
So the flavours will kind of meld that way.
All right.
What do you
Okay.
reckon?
So we can do that. Yep.
So do you think pot or oven?
Maybe the oven.
Yeah, less turning.
Yep. We can leave
So I'll
it
pop
to
the
itself
oven back
for a
on.
bit. Yep.
And I'll grab...
I can line a tray if you like.
Do you reckon I might do the roasting tray?
Right. Do you still want it lined, or do you want to?
I think so.
Okay.
This is just me going through my thought process,
No, it's good.
and because I got a bit excited and put way too much veg down.
It is a hefty amount of veg. Just like it was a hefty sandwich bread roll last week. Cool.
You're welcome.
How are they looking?
They're looking really good.
Okay.
I'm just poking them because I
Just
feel like I need to...
Squishing them?
It's like
No.
Aussie
It's
blokes
not-
with a barbecue.
I was going to say it's
And-
not like steak. You don't.
Which you should not do.
You don't
just so we're
poke
clear.
steak. I understand with like sausages and stuff, but not steak.
All right. They are good. So
Mhm.
I'll do this. Did you want to, when you can, just pop the veggies
I'll put the veg into the tray.
onto the tray?
Yep. Bust it up a bit.
Just let them cool down a bit before I put the lid on. Oh, that looks amazing.
It does. It looks nice and fresh.
Is the olive oil out?
Not that I can see. No. It's a puzzle.
What? Maybe I did use it all. No, I just put it back in the wrong
You found
spot.
it? Good work.
Yeah, because I'm classy, I'm going to add a bit of olive oil.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to add some taco seasoning
Yeah.
just to flavour these up a bit.
It's a great idea. We swear by this stuff.
I blame my sister. I never bought it. And then when my sister moved, she had like a nearly full container of it, and
Yeah.
for obvious reasons didn't want to pack it.
Travel with it.
So I got it. And I was like,
I reckon give it another hit.
okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Brilliant. That is looking really good.
So we'll put that in for half an hour. We'll see what it looks like when it's done. If it needs longer, we'll give it longer. It's kind of the beauty of being able to get now. While we've got that heating up again, I've got flank steak,
Yeah, okay.
which is I guess a cheaper cut of steak, but really, really flavoursome and perfect for fajitas. So you cook it in like the big bits, very technical, and then you make sure that you slice it against the grain.
Right.
So then it's beautifully tender and delicious. I've had this marinating for about an hour or so. About an hour and a half in a combination of soy sauce, which I know sounds weird, but it just gets that salt flavour right in there.
Yeah.
Lime, cumin, oregano, coriander, garlic, chili, and Worcestershire sauce. Worcestershire sauce. That did not come out right. And because it is a lime juice marinade, with your citrus juice, you don't want to leave the meat marinating for too long. Because then it will start to denature the protein of the meat and make it taste weird, basically.
Yeah, righto.
And so now I'm just going to put that on the nice hot plate.
Way to go. Oh, it's sizzling away.
And just let that cook.
Beautiful. How long does it need to cook?
It'll be a couple of minutes each side.
Okay. And then are we going to keep it whole through the week and slice it up,
That's
or are we
my
going to slice it
plan.
all up?
So if you sliced it all up now, which you could very well do, and then just sort of reheat it as it comes. But I reckon to retain the moisture,
Okay.
it would make sense to leave it in whole pieces cooked.
Yeah,
and
right.
then sort of slice it as we need
Yep.
throughout the week. So we've got a few bits and pieces happening this week. So we're not sure if we're going to need 3 dinners or 4.
Yeah.
We'll just take it as it comes. But
Yeah.
that would it's a kilo of beef, so that would very easily stretch to 4 meals if we're feeling a little bit decadent.
Absolutely.
It
Yeah.
could do 3. So we've got our bread, we've got our stuffed pitters, we've got the beautiful veg, which is now roasting away, and we've also got our flank steak cooking on the hot plate. So we've got some cracking meals happening, and it's only taken a few minutes out of our afternoon this Sunday to make our lives this coming week a whole lot better and a whole lot more delicious. And we can't wait to do it all again next Sunday on Alongside Lauren.